Hello and welcome to the Three Rivers Community College Writing Center tutorial on accessing library databases. We're going to start with the campus webpage here and walk you through how to access library databases for your research needs. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this Learning Resources tab at the top of the menu bar, and that's going to give me four choices here for learning resources on the TRCC campus. I'm going to go with libraries at the top. That's going to get me to the main library page, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here at electronic resources, and I'm going to go to the Find Articles option. Okay, and if you're from a campus computer, you'll need to click here. I'm going to go from an on-campus option. Okay, and what I like to do at this point, you have library databases pre-selected for you based on subject area. I just like to go to the All Library Databases at the bottom. Okay, and that gives you a listing of general databases. Number of these are very good. I want to mention three especially that I think are pretty useful. The first one I like to use a lot is this one, the Academic Search Premier. It's got a lot of peer-reviewed stuff. Okay, and when you're looking at journals, if something is peer-reviewed, it means it's usually an academic journal. So usually the information is a little bit more trustworthy, a little bit more in-depth, and it's not going to be a popular source like People Magazine or Newsweek or something like that. Okay, so again, Academic Search Premier, that's a very nice one. We go down here a little bit more. Expanded Academic ASAP is also a good one for the same reason. A lot of peer-reviewed stuff. Go down a little bit more. General OneFile, again, a lot of peer-reviewed things. The JSTOR collection is good, and then if you want, you can search by subject areas here. For example, psych articles is a good one if you're into psychology. So you want to look around and try to pick the database that's going to work best for your particular needs. Okay, but there's some of the general ones at the top, because they have a really wide selection. They can do a lot for you. Okay, so I'm just going to choose one. I'm going to choose this one, Academic Search Premier. Okay, and what that'll do is it'll get you to the website for this particular search engine, and you can do a lot of stuff here. Okay, the main problem with doing research through academic databases is what to put in your search string, okay, and how to narrow that. So we're going to go through a couple of things here. I'm going to limit my results also because I want to get things that are, let's just say I want to get things that are in full text. Okay, so there's this full text button right here. I'm going to click on that. That'll limit my results. Okay, I'm just going to pick a topic that is typical of a particular research area. I'm just going to go with drunk driving. Okay, it's kind of a basic one, might pop up in a lot of different classes, and we'll just see what we get. Okay, so I'm going to hit search on drunk driving. Okay, and this is what we have so far. Okay, so we've got these highlighted words here, right? You'll notice that our search term is going to be highlighted in all these. Okay, some of these are recent, some of these are older. Okay, and what we could do is just start looking through and taking a gander at the titles, and that might give us some ideas about what we want to pull out and maybe look at more closely. Okay, but let's say we have too many results here. We've got 1,200 results, and you don't want to look through all those. Okay, so I'm going to do something else here. Maybe I want to make this a more specific search, drunk driving prevention. Okay, and I'm going to search that. Okay, and see what comes up. Okay, all of a sudden it's gone down quite a bit. Okay, so from 1,200 results to down to 122, much more reasonable. Okay, and these are about drunk driving prevention months, different kinds of prevention month declarations. Okay, here's one, a drunk driving prevention kit. So there, here's one about prevention effort for drug and alcohol abuse in Texas. Okay, so this might get us something a little bit more specific, but really what we're going to have to do with this is we're going to have to play with this search string. If we want, we can also limit here by academic journals. We can go to advanced search. Okay, and advanced search is going to give us a little bit more stuff. Okay, we can look at types of publications, types of documents. We can look at PDF files if we want that, and again the full text option. Okay, so once we've looked at some of those, Okay, then we can narrow our search even more. So I'm going to click full text. I'm also going to pick just periodicals and see what that gets us. Okay, we're going to find some different results here. Okay, it took out a few of them. Okay, it took out a few. I'm also going to click over here and just try academic journals and see what I get there if I'm just going with academic journals. Okay, it cut them in half. Okay, so and now we're looking at just academic things. So titles like this one, International Journal of Police Science and Management, for example. If you go down a little bit farther, there are different kinds of studies about drunk driving prevention. Okay, here we go. There's an evaluation of an entire program here. Okay, and this is from the American Journal of Health Studies. Okay, so if you click that academic journal option, you're really going to get some stuff that's fairly specific, fairly in-depth, and it's going to have an academic bend. Okay, it's going to have an intellectual sort of bend as opposed to a popular publication bend. Okay, and there are also some suggested searches over here, so drinking of alcoholic beverages, drinking in traffic accidents, and feel free to play with those. The one thing you shouldn't give up on is just because your first search has too much or too little that you won't be able to find anything. Okay, you can also go back, and I'm going to click this out, pick another database. Okay, so I'm going to go down to this database, Expanded Academic ASP. Okay, and I'm going to proceed here through the sponsoring site. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to type in drunk driving prevention and see what I get. Okay, so a different selection, right? So a different selection. You can search by document type. Okay, so we've got articles, abstracts, cover stories, all these different things. We can narrow the results that way. We can pick which ones have full text. Okay, so there's an indication here of which ones have full text or which ones don't. We can also go to the advanced search option. Okay, and let's say we want to limit to those full text, and we want to limit to peer-reviewed documents. So again, the academic journals. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, we want keyword. We want drunk driving, and we want keyword prevention. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Okay, and this shrunk up our results just a little bit. Okay, but all these again are Journal of Studies on Alcohol, for example. Those are all going to be academic journals. They're all going to be peer-reviewed. They're going to have something about prevention. Okay, so again, if you play with different databases and you look for particular limits on what you want, so for example, full text articles, you can usually find something that's going to work for you. Okay, so I'm going to click this out again. Okay, just to review our steps here. Okay, we started with the campus webpage. Okay, we went to the Learning Resources button at the top. Went to Libraries. Went to Find Articles. Okay, and we're just saying here that we're on campus. All library databases. Okay, and then we can choose which database is going to work the best for us. A couple things to look at that I just want to mention really quickly. I'm going to go back to Academic Search Premier. Okay, if we do have an article that's looking pretty good for us, I'll give you an example here. Okay, and we're going to look for academic journals. Okay, one thing that we can see is we can see how long these particular articles are. Okay, so this one right here, only about 4 pages. This one about 4 pages also. This one's a little bit longer, but not by too much, about 14 pages. Okay, so the thing to think about is when you have one of these full text items, okay, like this one's in PDF full text, okay, be sure you know how much you're printing out. Okay, so if this particular one is it's saying here 16 pages. Okay, that's going to be 16 pages that you're going to have to lug around with you. Okay, so when you see those, be aware if the article is too long. If it's a 40-page article or a 50-page article, you might want to think about not printing it out. Okay, can you read it online, or can you find it a different way? Okay, because what's going to happen is if you print out stuff that's too big, it's going to be like another book. You're not going to want to look at it. You're going to want to put it aside and not carry it around. Okay, but if you limit your stuff to say 20 pages, 25 pages tops, okay, usually it's going to be compact information. Okay, that's from an academic journal. It's going to be a good resource, and it's going to be something you're actually going to want to read and look at. Okay, so this is a good example. This is about a 16-page document. Okay, so I think that's about all I wanted to go over with you guys for looking at library databases. And if you have any questions, you can always email the Writing Center or come by and we can help you out with any of your research issues. Okay, thanks a lot for listening and watching. Bye-bye.